Hey everyone, if you're new here, my name's Holly. If not, glad you could join me again. Sorry it's been so long. I think it's been like a month or something. I don't know. It's just too hard to keep on top of the housework, keep your littles happy and just have family time together. So, getting back into the new year, it is 2025 and I thought I would share with you how we celebrate Christmas being a Spanish and English bilingual family who are living in Spain. So I'm English, my partner is Spanish, and we celebrate everything that's Spanish and everything that's English sort of thing, so that my littles can understand and really get to grips of their English and Spanish culture that they are. Basically. So Christmas is an important time of the year for quite a lot of people. We celebrate quite a few days. There will be Spanish days and there will be English days. So let's get started. So the 24th is Christmas Eve. This is the day that I like to get organized, be a bit more relaxed, make biscuits, get ready for Santa, but no, that's not what happens in our house. In our house, the 24th is very important for my partner's side, because they don't really celebrate the 25th. Now you're probably saying to me, but when we've been to Spain, or there's lots of families that celebrate now. Yeah, it is true. A lot of families will celebrate the 25th. But I'm just going from when my partner in the 90s, they didn't celebrate Christmas. And as I said, it's not really the Spanish Christmas is normally the Reyes, and Santa isn't really something that is hugely celebrated here. But as I said, each year it gets more popular, more people celebrate it. So we normally start on the 24th. As I said, I like to be relaxed, like to be calm, like to not be rushed. So yeah, no, we have to get ready for a Christmas meal on the 24th. So the 24th, we will have a Christmas meal with my partner's family. That will normally be a nice dining room setup. There will be a starter, a main, and a like a dessert sort of thing, and you will have this with your family. Quite often it will get loud, it will be songs sung all the time, and this will normally go to 2-3 a.m. in the morning. However, we have brought that forward and we do tend to leave before midnight, because I normally leave the presents to the last minute and I normally have to wrap them up. Plus I love my little ones being able to leave biscuits and milk out for Santa. So yeah, no, it's really important we do finish early, but typically you will finish much later and the children quite often will just sleep wherever you are. But I don't like that. I hate it because I feel like the next day is such a tiring and long day celebrated with my family, that I do like to get us to bed early. So yeah, going back to the meal, normally you will have that meal, and then for dessert you'll have like a natillas, which is custard or flan, and then quite often you have turron. Now turron comes in different forms, it comes in so many forms. You have your almond turron, which normally comes soft or hard, and that's normally your traditional. Now you have chocolate ones, you have chocolate with Oreos, you have chocolate with biscuits, you have chocolate with nuts. So turron is a little bit softer than chocolate, and that's normally what people will eat around Christmas. You'll have mantecaos, which are normally like a little like crumbly biscuit thing. I don't know. Normally they're made with animal products, so I won't normally eat them. However, in recent years I have seen vegetarian versions. Now I'm not sure which was typically the first, but I think the typical mantecao was made with animal products. So yeah, you normally will have that. Going back to the meal, you'll have the starter will normally have jamon serrano, you'll have your cheese, you'll have your little like tostadas, you'll have your picos, which is like your breadsticks. Normally for Christmas meal, the Spanish will go all out to make, because it's such a special night. It's called Nochebuena, which is good night in English. So then that's normally what we will do, and then after the meal there will be singing. Normally it's called normally it'd be Christmas carols, which are villancicos. I hope I'm saying that right. It's such a tricky word for me. It's such a tricky word for me. I find it tricky. And normally it will just get loud. As I said, it will just get loud. And that will go into the early hours. And then, of course, everybody will go to bed and then we'll just have a lazy day on the 25th. But no, on the 25th for us, we will celebrate Santa. So normally on the 24th we'll come back, my littles will leave out some milk and a biscuit for Santa, and then of course the 25th we'll have half a presents on the 25th and half a presents on Reyes, and they'll normally have like a book or some clothes or something that they really, really want. We don't go crazy. There's no need to go crazy. They get more than enough from my side of the family. So I don't worry about it. But yeah, so normally what will happen is we will go to my parents' house. There'll be presents under the Christmas tree. Now, the Spanish side of it don't normally celebrate, but as I said, it's become more popular, so there will be more families that do celebrate. And because Spanish Christmas, which is the Three Kings, is on the 6th of January, the children normally go back on the 7th. So normally parents will do more Christmas presents on the Santa than they do on Byeee, so the children have more time to play with them. It just makes sense. It really does make sense. So yeah, no, on the 25th, we will have presents with my family. We'll have a meal, which will normally be like middle afternoon. It'll normally consist of turkey, lamb. I'm vegetarian, so I don't have that. I will have alternatives. It'll have Yorkshire puddings. It will have gravy, potatoes. You'll have your veg. You normally have your Christmas cracker. It normally is like a laid-out spread. We don't have the Christmas crackers. I haven't had Christmas crackers in years. But I will show you what a Christmas cracker looks like, and that's what you'll normally have for your typical meal on the 25th. That will normally be a main meal and a dessert, which will normally be like your chocolate gâteaux, or your main one is your mince pies and trifle. So trifle consists of jelly, which normally has fruit and a sponge in it, custard on top with cream on top, which is normally what happens on the 25th. And then you can't forget the tin of sweets, which is really, really quite popular in the English household. I will show you the tins of sweets. It's like ridiculous. My all-time favorite is celebrations, but you just end up eating everything. So yeah, that will normally what happens on the 25th. Now then you'll have your Christmas right up to New Year's is kind of like your funny zone, like you don't know whether you're coming or going, you don't know what you should be doing. But this is normally time that we enjoy family time together, and this will be the time that the children can play with the toys, and it will just be so much more calmer. And then you've got your lead up to the 31st, which is Noche Vieja, or New Year's Eve, or even translated from Noche Vieja to Old Night, going into your New Year's. So the 31st, in English terms, we normally will just, quite a lot of us will stay at home, have pajamas on, just have a nice cozy night in. You can go out and celebrate and see fireworks somewhere, but that's what normally happens in like England, or in my family is what we typically do. However, now with my partner's side of the family, we always do a meal on the 31st, which is the same as Christmas. We'll start off the starter, main and dessert again, and then not only that, we'll spend a lot more time with family, and then at midnight we will have our 12 grapes. Our 12 grapes mean when the bells ring, you'll eat a grape for each time those bells ring, and they will ring 12 times because it's midnight. And you will eat all these grapes. And if you eat all these grapes, you will have good luck for the rest of the year. Now, this year we did not. The grapes were too big. And my recommendation is go for smaller grapes. But yeah, and there's also tradition of like you wear red underwear. It's meant to bring you luck with finding a partner. But I've always been told it's just good luck. But we don't actually do that tradition. We just do the grapes, and we just get a bit crazy with the grapes. So yeah, that's your New Year's Eve. So New Year's Day will normally be a relaxing day because you've been up late the night before. It's just a day to relax, and then you'll just have normally have leftovers on New Year's Day. Everything is closed in Spain, and so there's not really anywhere you can go apart from the shops that are like 24 hours, but they are very few and far between. So yeah, that's your New Year's. Now, the day that everybody waits for, the day that's like really anticipated, is Reyes, is basically the Three Kings Day. It's when the three wise men come and deliver presents for Mary and Joseph's son, Jesus. And the reason why it's on the 6th is 12 days after Christmas. It gives them time to basically walk there. But it's also the 12 days after Christmas. This is the day that's mostly anticipated by the little ones here in Spain. And what normally happens on the 5th, you will have a cabalgata, which is a parade. This can get a bit wild. You'll have the three kings that will parade up the street on vehicles, and they will normally be throwing out sweets. You will have other like inflatables or things like that walk, Disney characters maybe, cartoon characters, things like that sort of thing. And they're normally throwing out sweets. Now the adults and the children go crazy for it. You will see children with bags full of these sweets because they've been catching all the sweets that just get chucked at you basically. They're normally jelly sweets, but you quite often will get like candies as well, like sweets, candies, why am I saying candies? And in some of the more famous parades, like in Madrid or in the bigger cities, you normally pay to go and watch. So you might get other things thrown out like bags, balls, maybe teddies. So yeah, it can get a little bit crazy, but that's basically what happens on the 5th. And then the children will go home. They will leave out their food for the 3 wise men, food for the camel, and they will go to bed. This year our parade unfortunately was brought forward, so we ended up having the morning, and then we spent the day with our family. We had a meal with our family, we spent time with our family, which we normally do on the 6th, but we did it on the 5th instead, so we could have a bit more chilled day on the 6th. So yeah, it was a little bit strange because we didn't go straight home, but we had rain forecasts, so they had to bring it forward. So that's basically what happened. So yeah, basically the little ones go home, they put their things out for the kings and for the camel, and then quite often there's a tradition that you put your boots out so they know, boots, whatever you got, shoes out though, so the 3 wise men know who lives at the house. But that's not a tradition that we do. We just put out something for the 3 wise men and the camel, and my little go to bed. And in the morning, of course, there's presents being left by the 3 wise men. So I forgot to add this tradition and custom that is very, very popular in Spain. So this is called the Roscon de Rey. It's like a sweet, dulce little cake thing, and it only has cream inside, or it can be without. It comes in different variations. This is the chocolate and the cream one. And they hide 2 things inside. Now, they hide a little figurine, which is a king. And if you get the king, you are the king for the day. And they also hide a bean. It's called the habichuela. If you find the bean, that means you have to pay for the roscon. I hope you've enjoyed learning about what we do for Christmas and New Year's. I would love to hear in the comments below what you do for New Year's and Christmas, and if there's anything else that you know that happens in Spain and you'd like to add a comment to, I would love to know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will hopefully be a bit more committed and a bit more like full on to do these videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.